just feel like this is like an overdue conversation, because it's just like, so everybody deals with it and everybody's like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not like some, you know, I'm tired of everybody saying anxiety, depression, or suicide. Like, that's not what it is. This is like some real ass shit. So I just personally feel like this is just gonna be like Christianna Talks. This is honestly why so many people aren't where they claim they want to be. I'm not gonna say claim, I'm gonna say where they talk about wanting to be. Because I feel like, and this is in everybody's life, like, you know, we have people in our personal life, whether it's your mom, your brother, your spouse, somebody you deal with, whatever the case may be, that they talk like, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, or tomorrow I'm going to do this, and then they never do it. And then you, somebody who's already doing it, or you're already established, is like, okay, like, do this. Or maybe you're like negative, like, bro, why don't you just get off your ass type shit. And the person's like, yeah, you're right, and they never do it. Or to the point where you're like yelling and screaming with everything in you, trying to get this person to be successful. And then it becomes like almost draining from your business, from your energy, from your happiness, because you're so focused on trying to make somebody else, you know, happy or greater, or, you know what I mean, just get them like off their ass. And like, I feel like in accountability sense, like, some people, like, I've heard like 100 fucking quotes this week that I feel like just are real. Like, 10 times 0 is 0. Obviously I'm not the 0 in the equation, and the only number one thing in your life should have been me. You feel me? Like, especially in relationships. Like, so if you take away the 1 and you are now back at 0, you don't have shit, like, and you lost your 10 because you didn't want to give up whatever the case may be, whether you don't want to give up drugs, you don't want to give up alcohol, you don't want to give up, you know, talking to young little girls. Like, you know, 100 years ago, like, you couldn't just get on your phone and go on Tinder and, you know, swipe 100 people to tell you how great you are and how great you look and like all this dumb shit. Like, nowadays, like, I have an argument with you, or I have a disagreement with somebody in my life, like, I can get on my phone and find somebody like that. Like, and I'm gonna show you, like, I'm not gonna even like cap about it, like, and this has nothing to do with money. Like, this is just in general. I'm pretty sure you can look like the bottom of somebody's shoe, not have $1 to your name, and people are gonna tell you you're great on the internet because they've never met you, and, you know, nothing happens. Damn, I lost my Tinder account. Another one bites the dust, guys. Another one bites the dust. But fucking, like, that's my point. Like, I had like 1,500 matches. That's my point though. Like, you know, you do these things and you talk to other people, or you lend an ear to somebody because they make you feel better, because you're insecure with your own problems, you're insecure with your bank account, or you're hanging out with people that, you know, talk a lot of what they plan on doing, or they talk about other people, or they talk about events. And like, I saw another video actually by somebody I know, that the lowest form of conversation is like gossip, or talking about what you did, and then the highest form of conversation is like ideas. And I never really noticed like how much I only fucking talk about like ideas and building something, like very, I call it cult mentality, because you're trying to build out civilizations, you're trying to build out empires, you're trying to build out something like complex, like DNA almost. And I found myself just like in the last 7 months dealing with a situation, and I'm not like putting this on one person or anything else. Like, I take full responsibility for the part that I took in it, you know, whether I was negative, whether I was bashful, whether I hurt somebody's feelings. I put myself in a situation where I wanted somebody, you know, to be better than what I found them as, and they did not want it. They did not want it for shit. Now, if you ask that person today, they're gonna tell you, oh no, she's selfish. I am selfish with my time, because I know that I have crafted myself to a very high level. And, you know, I have a laundry list of accomplishments. I just won Woman of the Year, you know, like I was just on Jubilee. Like, I have a laundry list of accomplishments. I have a flight at 6, like, you know what I mean? Like, I am not nobody, and I'm not gonna sit here and be humble or selfish, whatever you want, negative word you want to put on it, because somebody is either envious because they don't want to put in the work, or they are insecure because, you know, they feel like they could have been there if they had have done what I did. And I get it. I fucking get it. But you're not gonna convince me that I'm wrong for the way that I may have been wrong with my delivery, but I'm never wrong with my message in my sense and in my opinion. But I am never gonna be, you know, I'm never gonna apologize for trying to push somebody to a higher level. And some people may call this controlling. I call it enlightenment. Because if you're at the bottom and you have nothing, you have nothing to show for, nothing to show somebody, nothing to write down when somebody asks what have you done. And like, if you were to die tomorrow, what am I putting on your tombstone type situation? Like all that shit, like you have nothing, like nothing. Like that should hurt you. You shouldn't be going to sleep, like period. Like I'm always up like I'm broke, and I see so many people sleep like they're rich, and I don't feel like I'm rich. I feel like I have so much more to elevate with. I feel like I'm going so many more places. I'm growing so fast. Like it's just proof is in the pudding, you know? And some of you guys that are gonna watch this trailer, some of you guys that are gonna watch this are gonna be watching it from just that same person. Or you might see it from, you know, a friend of that person, whatever the case may be. And you know, these little 18-year-olds, these girls, like, girl, you might think you have your shit together. You really might. And that's fine. You may in your own little tunnel vision, but I'm promising you, there's so much more. And any type of woman, any type of male that involves himself, especially with somebody who is as public as I am, or involves himself connected to somebody who's involved with me, like you already know what you're getting yourself into. You already know that I'm in a different road, and we're like, you can't say stay in my lane when we're not on the same road. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just certain situations I'm just not gonna give attention to at this point. And it's like, so when people ask me, you know, why didn't you put so-and-so on, or why didn't this happen, or why that, understand that I take full accountability on my delivery. You know, I may have been negative, I may have been pushy, and I allowed my own distractions and let a lot of people distract me when trying to better somebody in my personal life. And people always ask me, why do you have a name tattooed on you, or why do you have your logo tattooed? There's only 2 things. And I know a lot of people that may have known me or dealt with me in the past may say like, oh, well, this or that, or she felt this. I'm gonna tell you, only 2 things in my life have ever mattered to me, and they're on my skin. I only have one person's name on my skin. It was my first tattoo, and my brand, which has put a roof over my head and helped build everything that I have. Everything that I've given, it has given me everything back. And if somebody's like, well, why don't you have your family? Half of my chromosomes are my family. I have my blood is in my blood. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I need to put ink on my body for something that's in my bloodstream every single day when I wake up in the morning. Like my heart beats the same blood that all of my siblings and my family. You know what I mean? Like every single day, that's what motivates me, because it's what's keeping me alive. So that's just my general take on that. But on some real shit, I can really sit here and say there's only been 2 things, I didn't know, 3, because I do have a big C-section scar. With that being said though, like I have my C-section scar because obviously all hail jaw, and like I obviously plan to have Josiah, not today, tomorrow, or someday. I don't know what day that is. But Josiah, I have a huge C-section scar. I have somebody's name, which I've tried to get removed, and it just has not happened. Probably because I'm still just like very distracted by the whole situation, to keep it a buck, like very distracted. And then my logo tattooed. And then like, you know what I'm saying? But like, this rant is getting really long, I'm really sorry. But another thing is like, this is just so crazy. And this is just gonna be like, not a social experiment, but an example. So this is $5,000 cash. $5,000 cash that I got out the bank. $5,000. I made this by about 11:16 a.m. 11:16 a.m. $5,000. Do you know the average person is only making $3,200? I don't know how much this is, but it's only making $3,200. That's a little over half of this. And I made it before 11 a.m. And that's not like to brag, and it's not to make you guys feel any way. Like if I made $5,000 by 11 a.m. distracted, if I made $5,000 by 11 a.m. from my home, from my phone, automated, before, you know, I took a shower, before, you know, I ate lunch, things like that, what is stopping you? Because I'm taking accountability in this video. Like what stopped me is my distractions in my personal life. My distraction being somebody that didn't want to elevate, that didn't want to be where I'm at, didn't want to be a reflection of me. And my biggest issue is, you know, I had a prior situation back in 2015 that, you know, somebody wanted me to be a reflection of them, and I became a reflection of them. Like, I believe that, and that might be PTSD, that might be bad, you know, whatever the case may be. But I feel like when you like enter in a situation with anyone, you want that person to be either a clone of yourself, a better version of yourself, a better half of yourself. So in no way, shape, or form, I feel like, am I wrong for trying to teach somebody, you know, how to make $5,000 before you even like eat. Like, and I could have made more. I could run ads. There's a lot of things that I know I could do to increase this ROA, but there's people out there that are settling for less than this. Why? Because of themselves, because they do a lot of talking and they're insecure, they're not in the right circle. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, like, you are the average of the 5 people you're around or talk to every day. I'm not around or talking to anyone that isn't making 6 figures and up. And that's not because I don't think that I can't be friends with anybody that's not making that. I just don't talk because we don't have anything to talk about. All I do is talk about business and trying to build something and taking something to the next level or taking a trip. Like, I'm trying to do 45 countries this year, and I can't even tell you who I'm going with. I can't even tell you like who's gonna go with me. Like, and it's not because I don't have friends. Like, I have friends, but we all have businesses, and if you're not in a personal situation, the fuck they look like going on? Like, hey, wanna go to Mexico with me? Like, I'm trying to have my own situation, and I get it. But why you're not rich, why you're not making the money you're making, and why you're not in a position, you know, to buy a real Rolex, why you're not in a position to have an exotic car, why you're not in a position, you know, to stay out, like, whatever the case may be, is because the choices you make today are the choices you make today are the results of tomorrow, like, period. So if you're out at happy hour on Sunday, you better have already been paid on Monday. Your direct deposit should already be hitting. And I see too many people, like, when I do step out downtown, when I do go outside, like, why does the doorman know you? Why? He should not know you're broke. Like, and when I say broke, I mean, like, you're not in a stable living situation. Your car isn't paid off. Your mom's rent isn't paid. Like, there's things that you should be doing. Like, you have a child. Like, there's so many variables and just so many things that you could be doing before you pick up a 2-for-1. Like, before you smoke a blunt. And I always say this, like, bands before backwoods. If you don't have a band, at least, to throw away, you do not need to smoke a backwood. Like, I don't understand it, and I don't understand how people get to this point in their lives where they're okay with poverty. And, like, there are way worse things. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there's way worse things than being cheated on. There's way worse things than, you know, somebody dying. It's being comfortable. Being comfortable with struggle, being comfortable with poverty, being comfortable, period. If you're okay with, oh, well, I'll just spend my last $200 on these pair of Air Force Ones. If you're okay with, I don't have a ride home, or I'll figure it out, or going to Miami with no money and no ride back or no car. Like, if you don't have a car, you shouldn't be out. If you don't have a place in your name, you should not be anywhere. And don't ever think like, well, I don't have a car, I can't make money. Your phone, you used your phone to text women, you use your phone to find out what the deals are at the mall, use your phone to do a lot of shit. Like, use your phone to make a couple dollars. And if you're saying you don't know how, if you're saying you don't know how to make $5 by 11 a.m., you don't know how to make $5 period, a month, a day, a year, whatever the case, an extra anything, click the link down below, real shit. Cause like June 1st, I'm really gonna start a 5 days to 5K type of thing. And every 5 days you're gonna do, not even every day, you'll do 5 things to help you make 5K, period. Every single day, you're gonna learn 5 new skills and 5 new things to help you generate that 5K. And I'm not saying this because I say this 100 fucking times a day. I go live 100 times a day, whatever the case may be. You watch these videos of me everywhere on people's profiles that don't like me, do like me, whatever the case may be. Somebody I dated, somebody I don't date anymore. I'm doing this because I need to refocus myself, because I had to let go of not only a situation that was very close to me, but also let go mentally, as far as understanding you cannot force a person to success. You cannot force a person to want to be something that they are not. People are stuck in their ways. People have core values, and they will talk to you till they're blue in the face that they want a certain type of lifestyle, but they will not take action. So if you are somebody that this resonated with, if you are somebody that you know damn well you were out last night and you don't have 50 grand in the bank, if you know that there's something that you could take care of, and you know that you really do, like, this is the opportunity, and this is me telling you that this is the chance to make that money and change your life, period. Like, change it. Don't talk about it. Don't keep hanging around your homeboy that has no money too. Start putting yourself into conversations that are in a higher tax bracket. You'll find yourself leaving the tax bracket you're in. So just, you know, if you feel like you got a little bit of bread because you know you drive a Toyota, you drive a Nissan, you know, you got a pair of Versace shoes. If you can't buy those shoes 3 times, you shouldn't even be wearing them, period. Like, you shouldn't be wearing them. You shouldn't feel like you got a bag. And like, trust me, I'm from Florida. I am born and raised, I'm a Florida baby. Like, born and raised 407. Like, when you think Florida, you think Kodak Black, you think swipe them visas, you think all that scam shit, all that bad shit. If you're gonna do that, make your money and get out. Don't be the person that gets greedy because you're gonna do the same circle that people are in a 9 to 5, except your circle is gonna send you up the hill. So I make a legitimate income. I've been doing this 3 years. I speak real shit and I got real testimonials. So I mean, I have a flight to catch. If this resonated with you, this feels with you, you wanna join my 5 day to 5K situation, shoot me a message. My name is Christianna Hurt, owner and founder at Wealthycollegekid. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you hit a thumbs down, that's okay too at this point. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and shoot me a message if you're really serious about getting started. I'm live 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, you know. I'll be in Las Vegas all weekend for Thrive, next to names like Eric Thomas, Billie Jean, like Ryan Stewart, like people that are making 8 figures a year, because I'm making 7. So where do you think I'm trying to go? So what room do you think I started going to? The 8-figure room, the 8-figure conversations, because that's where I want to go. And I understand that I'm not there. So you understand that you're not there, and you might make 3 figures, 4 figures, I don't know. You're not making enough to be, if you're watching this video from some people's profiles, you're not making enough. So you're probably stressed and you probably got credit card debt. So take my word of advice. Don't let distractions be your demise. Don't let your bank account be the reason that you can't do something or can't help somebody. Like, it's not gonna change, it's not gonna make you any happier. Like, and bruh, people that make money are not stuck up. It's that they just don't wanna go back. Like, at most people that make money, their biggest fear is being broke, because they try to get as far away from that situation as they were. Like, they're trying to get as far away as possible, because that shit is scary. So if you're not scared of being homeless, you're not scared of losing your car, you're not scared if you let that shit happen, you've had a repossession happen, you've had an eviction happen, you've gotten on food stamps, and that shit does not scare you, you need to look in the mirror and say, like, I fear for failure. Because when you fear failure, you never will fail.